Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. And game 19 on this season, the Buffalo Sabres ended their 8-game losing streak. They started out 7-3 on the year, fell to 7-11, and now improved to 8-11 with the win tonight over the Montreal Canadiens, who they have lost to during this losing streak. 3-2 the last time they played them, and now they beat them in their building in the Bell Center, 7-2. The Sabres beat the Montreal Canadiens. So let's recap it. Here we go. Goals: Buffalo 7, Montreal 2. Shots: Buffalo 38, Montreal 31. Block shots: Buffalo 10, Montreal 21. Hits: Buffalo 15, Montreal 20. Faceoffs: Buffalo 24, Montreal 29. Power plays: Buffalo was 2 for 4 on the power play, which is good. I'm okay with 2 for 4. They scored 2 power play goals. Montreal 0 for 6. 0 for 6 on the power play. That's one of the reasons they lost. Penalty minutes: Buffalo 21, Montreal 17. So let's get right into this. Craig Anderson was in goal for the Buffalo Sabres and Jake Allen for the Montreal Canadiens. So let's do this. Scoring in the first period, 35 seconds into the game, it was Buffalo's Rasmus Dahlin, his 8th of the season, assisted by Tage Thompson, his 11th of the season, and Jeff Skinner, his 10th of the season, and it's 1-0 Buffalo. And then at 52 seconds, it was Buffalo's J.J. Peterka, his 4th, assisted by Dylan Cousins, his 9th, and Jack Quinn, his 6th. And it's 2-0 Buffalo. And Buffalo off to a really hot start in this game. And then at 2:13, it was Buffalo's Alex Tuch on the power play, his 10th of the season, assisted by Rasmus Dahlin, his 14th of the season, and by Jeff Skinner, his 2nd of the game, his 11th of the season, and it's 3-0 Buffalo. 2 minutes and 52 seconds in, or 2 minutes and 13 seconds in, I'm sorry. And then at 2:57, it was Montreal's Cole Caulfield, his 12th of the season, assisted by Caden Gooley, his 7th, and David Savard, his 7th. And after one, it's 3-1 Sabres. And then in the second period, at 11:21, it was Buffalo's Jeff Skinner, his 6th of the season, assisted by Tage Thompson, his 2nd of the game, his 12th of the season, and Alex Tuch, his 8th of the season. And it's a 4-1 Sabres lead. And then at 13:57, it was Montreal's Sean Monahan, his 4th of the season, assisted by Evgeny Dadonov, his 1st, and Chris Weidman, his 4th. And after 2, it's a 4-2 Sabres lead. And then in the third, Buffalo exploded. At 3:48, it was Buffalo's Henry Jokiharju, his first of the season, assisted by Alex Tuch, his 2nd of the game, his 9th of the season, and Tage Thompson, his 3rd of the game, his 13th of the season. And it's a 5-1 Sabres lead, or a 5-2 Sabres lead, I'm sorry. And then at 6:39, it was Buffalo's Tage Thompson, his 13th of the season, assisted by Jeff Skinner, his 3rd of the game, his 12th of the season, and Vinny Hinostroza, his 7th of the season. And it's a 6-2 Sabres lead. And then at 14:26, it was Buffalo's Jeff Skinner, his 2nd of the game, his 7th of the season, on the power play, assisted by Dylan Cousins, his 2nd of the game, his 10th of the season, and Rasmus Dahlin, his 2nd of the game, his 15th of the season. And it's a 7-2 Sabres lead, and that would end up being your final score. Penalties. In the first period at 1:42, it was Montreal's Chris Weidman. 5 minutes for fighting at 1:42. It was Montreal's Michael Pezzetta. 2 minutes for boarding. And at 1:42, just claimed off waivers, making his Buffalo Sabres debut. It was Tyson Jost. 5 minutes for fighting. So in his first game as a Sabre, he gets in a fight. I like to see that. I think his presence and Matthias Samuelsson being back uh, really brought fuel. That fired the Sabres up, and they went out and beat the Montreal Canadiens tonight. And then at 3:28, it was Buffalo's Matthias Samuelsson, 2 minutes for interference. At 8:18, it was Buffalo's Tage Thompson, 2 minutes for holding the stick. And at 13:53, it was Buffalo's Ilya Lyubushkin, 2 minutes for roughing. And then in the second period at 5:38, it was Buffalo's Rasmus Dahlin, 2 minutes for holding the stick. And then at 9:08, it was Montreal's Caden Goulet, 2 minutes for interference. And at 9:08, it was Buffalo's J.J. Paterka, 2 minutes for roughing. And at 9:08, it was Montreal's Caden Goulet, 2 minutes for roughing. And then at 14:33, it was Montreal's Jake Evans, 2 minutes for roughing. And at 14:33, it was Buffalo's Jeff Skinner, 2 minutes for roughing. And then at 15:17, it was Buffalo's Rasmus Dahlin, 2 minutes for holding. And then in the third period, it was Montreal's Joel Edmondson at 1:14, 2 minutes for interference. And then at 9:36, it was Buffalo's Ilya Lyubushkin, 2 minutes for hooking. And then at 13:24, it was Montreal's Yuri Slafkovsky, 2 minutes for holding. So the Buffalo Sabres finally ended the 8-game losing streak. We're not going to go on an 18-game losing streak like they did. I think it was last year where they lost 18 in a row. This year they lost 8 in a row. They improved to 8-11 on the season. Tomorrow night they play the St. Louis Blues, who are 10-8-0. They come to Buffalo, and it's the return of the red and black goat head. The Buffalo Sabres will be wearing their uniforms. They went to the Stanley Cup in 1999. The black and red goat head uniform is back, and that should be a fun, interesting game for the Buffalo Sabres and the St. Louis Blues. Stay tuned for my St. Louis Blues at Buffalo Sabres preview. And stay tuned for my Buffalo Bills at Detroit Lions Thanksgiving Day game preview. That's the early one. The Bills, who just won in Detroit over the Cleveland Browns, go back to Detroit for the second game in a row, this time against the Detroit Lions. But it was a great win for the Buffalo Sabres. They needed this. Matthias Samuelsson and Tyson Jost definitely fired them up. Having Samuelsson back, and it was good to see he had a good game in his first game back. So that was nice to see him back, and I'm happy he's back. He's one of my favorite Sabres now, and it was good to see him back for the Buffalo Sabres, back from injury. Henry Jokiharju, of course, returned from injury. I think they still have a couple injuries. They do. They have Eric Comrie, the goalie. He's injured. But tonight it was Craig Anderson who stole the show. Craig Anderson made 29 saves out of 31 Montreal shots. And Jake Allen made 31 saves for the Montreal Canadiens, as the Buffalo Sabres had 38 shots. So like I said, it was a good team win. It was a team effort. The defense showed up. Craig Anderson played a hell of a game. Tage Thompson, Jeff Skinner. If we can get Jeff Skinner going, get him more consistent, and get him scoring more, this team will really, really be set. Alex Tuck, get him rolling too. And Tage Thompson, that guy is just on fire. I mean, he's averaging a goal a game. I mean, he doesn't have a goal in every game, but most of them. But his average is a goal a game. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Dom. Peace. Go Sabres. And let's beat the St. Louis Blues tomorrow night. And let's string some wins together again. Move up in the Atlantic Division. And let's start winning hockey games again. Hopefully our slump is over. Hopefully we don't have to go through we're going to go through times where we lose games, but hopefully we don't have to go on a big losing streak like this 8-game losing streak that we just snapped. Hopefully the losing streaks are over. We will lose games. It's a long season. It's an 82-game season, but let's string some wins together. Let's get back over 500. Let's get hot again, and let's continue to win hockey games, and let's put a winning streak together. So go Sabres. Let's beat the St. Louis Blues. Let's win back-to-back on back-to-back nights. I don't know if Craig Anderson will go tomorrow against St. Louis. They might do Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. But we snapped the 8-game losing streak. Let's put some wins together. And let's move back up in the standings. And get back on the winning track like we did tonight. 7-2 over the Montreal Canadiens. Go Sabres. Let's beat the St. Louis Blues.